Hey guys, Josiah here. I've had my iPod Touch for a few weeks now, and I wanted to go ahead and get you guys a review of it as quickly as possible. That way, there wasn't such a huge gap between when I bought it and when I actually ended up reviewing it, like with my head unit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the main features that I use, as well as maybe a few that I know about, but I don't use them quite as much. So let's get started. First things first. Alright, you have the home button down here, and that turns it on when it's on standby. Then from here, you go ahead and just slide it over. You'll hear a little click sound, and this is your home screen. First thing you're going to notice is that when you hold and drag the screens, you actually have different spaces that you can put your icons in. I have it set up just kind of very minimalistic because I use this mostly for school and then music every once in a while. This is where you're going to get most of your settings. You can see here I have Wi-Fi turned off, but I already have my wireless network configured. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It'll prompt me to choose a network. Yeah, that's my network. And then you'll see the check mark over here. And then when you close out of here, sometimes it's a little buggy, so it doesn't always connect. But if it connects properly, you'll see a little icon up at the top here. Sometimes you actually need to go in here, turn it off, and turn it on again. There you go. And then the icon's already out there. Alright, then from here, you can go ahead and access your music. And I have it in just standard mode right now. But if you flip it on its side, it switches into cover. And here, all you have to do is just hold on the album cover and drag it over. Very cool feature. Another thing is you can click or touch on the little I button over here and then scroll through the different tracks on that particular CD, or you can hit the I button again and go back to another album. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and clear out of that. The next thing is your photos. I don't have any downloaded right now, but you can sync photos from your computer onto the iPod. So we'll clear out of that. Videos, same thing. I don't have any synced up, but they would sync the same way. Now Safari, it's a really cool feature. I actually use quite a bit. And this, like with the music player, actually will switch to landscape depending on how the iPod is oriented. So that's a pretty cool feature. You can add different tabs by just tapping on the, there you go. And you can also switch back and forth between tabs just by dragging. You can close tabs just by hitting the red X. So that's kind of cool. You can also bookmark your page by just tapping Add Bookmark. From there, you can also access the weather. I have it for several different places. One being Akron. You'll see it pop up here in a second. It's about 57 right now. For Akron, Cuyahoga Falls, where my family lives, Ohio Pile, which is in Pennsylvania, where my family goes quite a bit to whitewater raft and then camp also. And then also Sandusky, where Cedar Point is. And that usually comes in handy during the summer when I'm getting ready to take a trip. You can also add more locations from this point here. You just hit the plus button, look up your zip code, or you can actually delete. Like you saw there, you just touch on the little icon. So that's that. There's also a mail application, which is simple like that. I'm not going to go into the huge details here, but as you can see here, it'll tell you have a certain number of unread messages in your inbox. And then when you clear out of this, you'll also see on the icon over here, it has an indicator of how many unread messages you have. So that's a really cool feature. It's really easy to use. Composing a message is also very easy. You just tap on this, and boom, it's right there. Then you just add one of the contacts from your contact library, and that's it. Typing on this is a little. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's actually it works very well as soon as you get used to it. Now, right now I have the speaker at about half volume. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that to you once we actually get through the interface walk around. The calendar, pretty self-explanatory, just like on OS 10, very similar. You can see different appointments down over here. And there's also little dots to tell you whether it's for school or work or whatever, as you can see there. I also have my contacts, pretty simple, self-explanatory. What's nice is they also added letters down along the side here so you can do a quick search for a contact, just like that. So if you have a lot of contacts, which I don't, it'll automatically just bring you really quickly to that area. With notes, pretty self-explanatory also. You just hit the plus button to write a new note, and then you have your keyboard right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Here's a calculator. Again, pretty self-explanatory. You can download a scientific calculator from the App Store, but I didn't want to spend the money on that when I have a TI-83. Here you have, the icon is a clock, but you can also set it so that it displays different times around the world. You can set alarms, and then you can also configure them like this. It's really easy. You just click and drag. Really simple. So we'll go ahead and cancel that. There's also a stopwatch. Very simple to use. And also a timer. So that's that. Here you also have Google Maps, which is a really handy application. It basically just lets you connect to Google Maps, and then here I have it bookmarked where I work. But all you have to do is just tap in that little section there and look up whatever you want. We'll go ahead and clear out of that. You can also look up directions based on wherever you're located at the moment, and then you can look up different locations from there. I don't use this, but you can check your different stocks, which I'd almost prefer not to anymore with the rate the stock market's going. And then also there's YouTube, and anywhere, as you can see, I've been watching quite a few of Adrian's videos on YouTube. Shout out to Adrian. Good stuff, man. You can also do a search up here. Same thing. You just type it in with the keypad and hit the search button. And then here's the App Store, which I haven't really used a whole lot. I think back when I still had the old firmware revision, I tried using Facebook, the Facebook app, but I ended up just switching back to using Safari for that. As you can see here, I was looking up periodic table for my chemistry class a while back. So that's, oh yeah, and here's also the iTunes store, which again I don't use. I use my own kind of proprietary format. So that's that, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a demonstration of playback volume. We'll go ahead and get something going here. Now, while you're playing here, I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, there's the volume rocker on the side. It took a little bit of wearing in, but all you have to do is do that, and you can see the slider does that, or you can manually turn the volume up and down. If you have album artwork downloaded, it'll display it here. You can also turn on Genius from here, which I don't have that enabled right now, but you could do that if it was. This is your shuffle, your repeat. You can have it so it just repeats this track, not repeat at all, or just shuffle around. This will shuffle. As you can see there, it turns blue. And then here also, kind of similar to when you're in cover flow, it will let you scroll through the different tracks on that CD. So we'll go ahead and so as you could hopefully hear, it's kind of tinny. It's nice to have the speaker there, but it's not really going to replace a set of speakers on your desktop. It's good if you wanted to play a game or listen to some music and you don't have your headphones handy with you. But aside from that, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with it. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and tie this up here. If you have any questions or if you want me to touch on any more features of it, please let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And I hope this was of some help to you guys, and hope to hear from you all soon. Talk to you later. Bye.